Hey, how you guys doing? This is William Myers, Mantis Outdoors, back with the part 2 of the Gauntlet review of the Echo-7 from Dogwood Customs. If you have not seen part 1 of this video, go ahead and stop and look in the annotations in the description below. I'm sorry. If you're not on a mobile device, there'll probably be an annotation somewhere around here for you to click to go to part 1 on Prepared My 101's channel. But this is my turn to handle this knife and to see what it can do. And right away I can tell you I like the blade profile. A little clip point there is useful. It being a saber grind, it's gonna do very fine detailed work. The handle, as far as it goes, I like it. I like that little palm swell that's in there, if you can see that right there. So that's real nice. Fits my hand pretty well. I can tell that this isn't going to be something that's going to fatigue me very easy, so I'm going to be able to work a long time with this handle. So other than just talk about it, let's go and see what it can do. Alright, so Chris showed some feather sticking and some of the finer stuff on his channel. Just to see from where it went from what he did to me, let's go ahead and start some feathers here, some of the finer stuff. And what I'm looking for is just a straight push. I don't want to slice because I want to see what that part of that blade is doing. So, really nice. And progress up a little bit. See what that blade, it's very sharp. I mean, I'm really no effort at all to make that big curl. Let's make some of the finer stuff here. Nice. Thing with a Scandi, or I'm sorry, a saber like this, is that micro bevel can easily be pushed into the wood a little bit too hard, making that big huge curl. It's just the lightest touch with a sharp blade like this can make those big ribbons that we need to light with a mesh metal rod or a ferro rod, whatever you want to call it. But okay, I'm not going to do this in nauseam because you've already seen it on Chris's channel, but I just wanted to see
just a suckier version.
Well, I wanted to make some big curls, some thick stuff, and I wanted to make some of the finer stuff just to see what this blade can do, because this is the first time that I've touched this blade, so I got to get used to it a little bit. But all right. Obviously the meteor task is no problem, prying, stuff like that. Nice. See some big slices. This is what kills my shoulder. Get in there real deep. Yeah, so got the leverage, it's got the handling, the balance, the control. I would definitely pack this knife. Already I can tell it's a very, very capable blade. Awesome, cool. Alright, so let's get into some notching. Actually, let's get into some of the more strenuous stuff. Let's go ahead and baton something. This might be about the extent of what this knife can do. This might actually be a little too big for this knife, but we'll see, I guess.
Well, look at it this way. It's 01. LT did the blade. It's the same thickness as the Jesmic, and we've done just as much with that. So I'm just saying it might be a little bit too big for it, but we'll see. Oh, you mean size-wise?
Yeah, size-wise. I'm not worried about the knife itself. Yeah, see, that's gonna be an issue right there. Well, if there was ever a tip test, that was pretty much it, because I advanced that log all the way to pretty much there and had to beat the heck out of that tip just to come through that wood. So did a good job. This wood, Chris literally just cut this down. So this is green eastern pine with a ton of resin in it, which is no bueno for edges. The edge comes in contact with that resin, nothing pretty much dulls a blade quicker than that. Alright, not gonna be able to do it with that shoulder. Yep. Good stuff, good stuff. Still absolutely razor sharp. Alright, so now let's try planing. So I have a flat surface here, but for something like a hearth board or something like that, I want to clean that up a little bit. So I want to put the entire surface of that blade in there and plane out. Nice even board. If anything's not even on it, I'll know because it'll slice. And there you go. Nice smooth even board. Plane's very, very nice. But that's the good thing about saber grinds. They plane out really, really good. Now that I'm all sticky, won't have any problems with dropping the knife because it's absolutely resin soaked right now. But that's one of the reasons why we do things like this with knives. I can still tell it's absolutely razor sharp, so let's get on some notching. Alright, so I want to put this through as many multiple tasks that I can, and I was thinking about making an Apache Star, which I haven't done for a really long time. I don't need this knot here, so it's a good opportunity just to see how deep we can get these beaver chews. And this is pine, so it's not the hardest wood in the world to craft with, but pretty much perfect for seeing what this knife can do. And obviously we don't need this knot over here. Just get some beaver chews into it and try not to stab myself with the other side of this pine. That's no good.
So while you're doing that, should kind of just fill people in a little bit about where you've been.
Well, if you can tell, I'm not exactly making cuts the way that I used to. Kind of wincing a little bit. I'm recovering from a shoulder injury. I hurt myself at work, but it's way better now. So I figured I could come out and do some videos, see what I can do. I've been in the backyard making feather sticks and making some shelters for the boys and stuff like that, so I'm pretty sure that I can do what I need to do again. That's pretty much where I've been, just kind of inside nursing my wounds a little. So alright, so for the Apache stick, what we need to do is we need to cut this in half, and we'll just kind of eyeball it. It doesn't need to be perfect. I'm just, like I said, looking to see what this knife can do on camera. It's not like I actually use these things either. You know, a lot of people talk about these things, improvised weapons and things like that. In my opinion, the only thing this thing is going to do is make something really mad, unless you put it into the chest cavity of a raccoon or something. Alright, let's see what that does. Clean that up a little bit, show some slicing. This knife, I'm able to put it exactly where I want to and make the detailed cut that I want, so I really like that. The handle's not digging into my hand at all, so I'm not fatigued really, so that's good. So we're just gonna make kind of a crappy star here. Like I said, doesn't need to be great. I'm just looking to see what this knife's gonna do. Just indenting on either side where the wood is. Not the safest thing to do with my hand in the way there, but then we're just gonna make a square notch. All right, so we're just gonna kind of make some square notches here. It doesn't have to be too deep. I gotta be real careful not to bust this wood up, which I'm pretty sure I'm probably gonna end up doing. Some pretty crappy wood. Yeah, it's all right though. So one of the reasons why I like doing tests like this is because I get to see what that belly is going to do, because I thumb assist with that belly of that knife. I'm able to get that fine detailed work into that notch that I want. And I can flip it around, do the same thing on that side, clean up. Basically that's just me cleaning up that notch, making it the square that I need it to be. And this wood is not cooperating very well at all at this point, but that's okay.
You ain't gotta go all the way through it. I mean,
yeah, I just wanted to show people what it can do. So just do one more real quick. Doesn't really need to be too perfect. Just score it real quick. This side of the wood's way more structurally sound, but like I said, that's okay. Again, let's get in there and clean that notch up. I love the fact that this thing's got that belly. It's a really nice thin knife too. If it was thicker than this, I wouldn't be able to get in there and do the detail work that I want to do right now. So this is pretty much perfect for what I'm doing right now. Nice.
I'm hoping we start to see more of a trend to more of these like 1/8 inch thick knives.
So you can basically see what I've done. You know, just 2 square notches, fit them together, point out all 4 of these points, lash this a little bit, and you have what's called a Apache Star. You know, you can use it to throw at something. Like I said, I never really use it very much. I've killed like a raccoon, and I've killed a couple possums with it years ago. Don't really use it too much because it's not very effective in my opinion. Throw it at anything bigger than that, you're just going to make it really mad. So just wanted to show you what the knife would do, maybe give you a little bushcraft lesson on an improvised weapon. But as far as I'm concerned, this knife is solid. I'd pack it for sure. But all right guys, this has been William Myers, Mantis Outdoors. Make sure you check in the description below for all the pertinent links to the first part of this video, and we'll see you next time.